resource for hypnosis and hypnotic things. And today we actually are going to do some hypnosis, and we're going to do it to improve your handwriting. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to stick around. Now, I will give you this caveat. You don't want to listen to this while you're driving in a vehicle or operating heavy machinery. I am at some point going to have you close your eyes, and we'll be fading the video out and everything. You can totally listen to this and then wake up and go on with the rest of your day, or you can listen to this as you're deciding to fall asleep, and you can let all these suggestions resonate while you sleep. It is entirely up to you. So, the other disclaimer here is that you are going to be expected to practice a little bit. I don't mean that you have to sit there and write over and over and over again, anything like that, but if you do want to improve your handwriting, I do recommend that maybe each night you write a couple of sentences, either in a journal or a notebook, or you could even just practice writing stuff down on your junk mail before you throw it away. But ultimately what you will find is that your handwriting will improve, and you can be proud of that fact. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'd like you to imagine what it would feel like if you were to squeeze and make a fist so tightly that there's no possible way that you could make it any tighter. All right, you got that? Excellent. Now that you're imagining squeezing so tightly, I'd like you to now imagine what it would feel like to release that hand and let your hand become so relaxed that there's no possible way that you could relax it anymore. All right, now once you've got that in your mind, I want you to know that that's the kind of relaxation that I want you to have today before we move on. So, are you ready to go into a nice, relaxed, hypnotic state now? I hope so. Now, the next thing that I'm going to ask you to do, wherever you are, whether you're sitting or lying down or whatever, I'm going to ask you in a moment to go ahead and relax the muscles around your eyes and hold on to that relaxation so much that when you try to open your eyes, you'll actually feel that they won't be able to open. Now, obviously, I know that you can let go of that relaxation and open up your eyes, and that's absolutely fine. But that's not what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do here is help you relax. So hold on to that relaxation now. Go ahead and allow your eyes to close. And allow those muscles around your eyes to relax so much that you absolutely cannot open them. Relaxing more and more and more. That's right. And once you know that they absolutely can't open, just go ahead and give them a little test and feel what that feeling feels like. That's right. Go ahead and stop testing now. And I want you to allow that feeling of relaxation to spread all the way down your body, all the way from your head, down to your cheeks, down to your shoulders, your chest, your belly, all the way down your legs, and all the way down to the tiniest muscles in your feet and toes. That's right. And now that you've allowed your body to continue to relax all the way down, in a moment, I'm actually going to ask you to open your eyes again. And then I'm going to ask you to close them again. And when I do that, you can open your eyes and close them and allow yourself to go twice as deep into relaxation. So go ahead now, open the eyes and close them. That's right, going 2 times deeper into relaxation. And in a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes and close them again. And again, you can go 2 times deeper into relaxation. So open your eyes and close them, going 2 times deeper. That's right. And we're going to go ahead and even one more time, we're going to open your eyes and close them, and you'll be able to go even 2 times deeper again. So open your eyes and close them, going 2 times deeper. That's right, getting so relaxed now, allowing every muscle, nerve, and fiber in your body to relax. And now we've gotten physical relaxation. But I'd also like you to experience mental relaxation. So at this point, what I'd like you to do is listen as I count from 10 down to 1. And as I do that, I want you to let those numbers fade away off into the distance. That's right, letting those numbers just disappear. And of course, they'll come back later. But just let them fade away as your mind becomes more and more relaxed. That's right. So imagine the number 10 in your mind. That's right. Visualize that number 10. See it. Now let that 10 just fade away, blowing off like dust in the wind. That 10 is now gone. Now imagine the number 9. And let that 9 just fade out of view. Completely gone, letting it fade away. Excellent. Now envision the number 8. And as that number 8 fades away, you can become more and more relaxed, physically and mentally. 7, going even deeper now. 6, that's right, fading away, mentally and physically relaxing away. 5, 4, 3, feeling ever so relaxed. 2, wonderful. That's right. And as you sit there or as you lie there and you continue to relax and feel good, I'm going to tell you a story. A story about a long time ago when I was in the Army. I was just a young soldier, probably 18 or 19 years old. And we used to practice maneuvers. We used to call them battle drills back then. And I remember as I was thinking, because I was young and I wanted to do everything fast, and I wanted to be really good, and I wanted to be able to move and shoot and do all the things that a soldier needed to do extremely quickly, because I wanted to be the best of the best of the best. And one of the things that was brought to my attention by one of my leaders is that because I was trying to go so fast, I was making all these mistakes, going in the wrong place, pointing my rifle in the wrong direction, just doing everything completely wrong because I was being hasty. And in my haste was imperfection. And he says to me, he's like, Buck, that's what people used to call me, was Buck. He would say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That's right. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And he would have me practice these maneuvers over and over and over again at an ungodly slow pace. But by doing that, what I was able to do was get every movement down and get everything down to the point of precision where I was doing everything perfectly. And of course, from practicing it over and over and over again at that slow pace, eventually I was able to speed up, and then eventually I was able to do everything quickly and flawlessly. That's right. Going even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just sinking down into your chair, or maybe just sinking deeper and deeper into your mind. Going to that place where all of your resources are. Going to that place where your imagination is. And it's a funny thing about imagination is by imagining that you're doing something, your subconscious mind doesn't actually know whether or not you're doing it. So now, I would like you to imagine, and I'd like you to imagine so vividly that it's almost as if you were in this place. I'd like you to go to a place that is comfortable for you, that you could sit down and just write a little bit. Perhaps you have an office where you're comfortable, or maybe you'll go to an old classroom or an old library that you used to like to visit. But go to a place where it's peaceful. Go to a place where you won't be bothered. Go to a place where you can just sit down and take a few moments to write. That's right. And once you get there, go ahead and pull out your writing utensil of choice. Perhaps it's a pen or a pencil, or maybe even a fountain pen, if that's what you would like to use. And of course, you can practice whatever you want. You can practice writing regular words, regular letters, or you can practice cursive, or you could even practice calligraphy if that's what you would like. And I'd like you to write out this sentence on a piece of paper. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. That's right. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And you may have noticed by now, as you're writing out this sentence, that it uses every word or every letter in the alphabet at least once. And so write it down in the normal handwriting or whatever handwriting you'd like to practice. And I'd like you to look down at this sentence. I'd like you to take a moment to notice, first off, all of the things that you enjoy about the way this sentence looks. Perhaps you really are happy with the way that your T's look, your Q's, your P's. Maybe you're happy with the size of your lettering or the spacing, or maybe everything is just very uniform. Take a moment to notice that and be proud of the fact that you've already made those enhancements in your writing. Be proud of the fact that despite everything else that happened, you already were good at those particular points. Now I'd like you to take a moment to notice the things you'd like to work on. Maybe your O's are not quite as round as you'd like them to be, or perhaps you'd like a different slant or a stronger slant in your letters. Or maybe you write in complete chicken scratch and you would just like to make everything uniform and nice. So I'd like you to take a moment now in your mind to write that sentence again. But this time, I want you to write, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, in exactly the handwriting that you would like to write. So go ahead and take your time. Make sure that your T's and your I's are crossed perfectly. Make sure that every letter is a nice uniform shape and your spacing is exactly how you'd want it. And take a few moments to really write this sentence perfectly. And you can do that now. Excellent. And now that you've taken the time to write that sentence perfectly, go ahead and notice every little letter, every bit of spacing, and make sure that everything is exactly the way that you want it. And if there's anything that needs to be fixed, regardless of your writing tool, and because we're in your mind, you can just wipe that part off, erase it, and you can rewrite it again, making sure that it's absolutely perfect. So go ahead and look over the sentence. Make sure that everything is exactly the way you want it. Tweak it however you want. Excellent. Now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to have you write that sentence absolutely flawlessly again, but now you're going to write it just a little bit faster, and do that now. Excellent. And now we're going to rewind again, and you're going to write that sentence again, even faster now. Go. Excellent. And now over the next few moments, I want you to write it as many times as you can in your mind. And notice how each time you write it, it will be perfect and flawless, just like you've done previously. So go ahead, write it 5 times, write it 10 times, write it 100 times. Write it at the speed of thought. Ready? Go. Very good. Notice how easy it is to make those changes. And of course, because you've made these changes in your mind, you will find that when you go to write things out in real life, that your muscle memory will quickly follow. And I wonder how surprised you will be when you find that it's easy to improve your handwriting. And it's easy to just slow down a little bit. And by slowing down, you can increase that perfection. And of course, once you have the perfection, the speed will pick up eventually. So over the next days, and over the next weeks, and over the next months, because you've made this choice today that you want to improve your handwriting. Obviously, whenever you have to write something quickly and jot down some notes, you can do whatever it is you need to do. But you can take a little bit of time, a minute or two, just to write a few sentences, a few words every day, nice and slowly, nice and smoothly, allowing those new movements for that beautiful handwriting that you would like to solidify into your muscle memory. And of course, when there is no rush, but you do have things to write down, perhaps when you're working on a shopping list, or when you're writing a check, or when you're taking some notes, but it's at a leisurely pace, you can remember to slow down and practice having that wonderful, beautiful handwriting. And now I'd like you to step a few days into the future, and I'd like you to see yourself writing down something that you probably write fairly commonly. And notice how there's already been a little bit of improvement. Notice how your handwriting is just a little bit smoother and a little more uniform and a little bit nicer. And I'd like you to go ahead and hug that version of yourself and pull them into you. And absorb all of those skills and all of those new learnings. Now I'd like you to skip forward even further, maybe a month into the future. I'd like you to watch yourself writing something down now. Perhaps it's in a journal, or perhaps some other form of writing that you've decided to pick up because you've realized how wonderful it can feel and how wonderful it can be to just write every once in a while and allow those thoughts to come down onto the paper. And notice how much nicer your handwriting is now, a month into the future. Notice how much more fluid it is. Notice how your hand moves. Notice how nice the ink or the graphite looks on the paper. And go ahead and bring that version of yourself in and pull them into yourself, absorbing all of those learnings and all of those feelings and all of those thoughts. Now I'd like you to shoot way, way out, as far as you'd like, a year, 2 years, 5 years, however far you'd like to go. And notice yourself writing now, and notice how beautiful your handwriting is. And notice how you don't even have to think anymore to have wonderful, uniform handwriting. Notice how the words and the letters just flow right off the tip of your pen, how they almost look like a work of art. Now go ahead and pull that version of yourself in, absorbing all of their learnings, all of their feelings, and all of their skills. That's right. Ever so relaxed, ever so free, ever so proud. In a moment, I'm going to reorient you back to the room, and you'll open your eyes and you'll feel absolutely fantastic. And you'll know that even though you're not necessarily exactly where you want to be right now with your handwriting, you will know that over the next few days, weeks, and months, it will come. And it's going to be a wonderful goal for you to achieve and work towards. So I'm going to give you a moment now to let all of these suggestions sink in. And then I'll reorient you back to the room. Or if you wish, you could just fall asleep. Now, I'm going to give you a few moments to let all of these suggestions sink in and become part of the new you. So you can go ahead and let all of those suggestions sink in now. That's right. When I count from 1 to 5, you will reorient to the room. You'll feel absolutely fantastic, and you'll know that you've made wonderful changes today. So, 1, go ahead and take in a deep breath. That's right. 2, let that air revitalize your body, your muscles, your nerves, your fibers. 3, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes a little bit. 4, taking a stretch. And 5, opening the eyes and feeling absolutely fantastic. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for listening to me today. And I'm really excited to see how your handwriting improves in the future. Please feel free to like, subscribe, or comment. I would love to hear any feedback. And again, I would also like to hear if there are any new videos that you guys would be interested in seeing. So please let me know. Thank you.